Yeah, so I have a lived experience with St Elizabeth Hospice. My mum received amazing care here 22 years ago when I was young, when I was 11, and me and my brother and my dad spent a lot of time with nurses and the doctors and the volunteers that, you know, really made us feel comfortable and welcome, and since then it's just meant a huge amount to us. I came to join the hospice engagement group through Helen Finlinson. She reached out to me after we'd worked together to create the family room, and wanted somebody in the group that had lived experience with the hospice and that could also bring the experience and the insight that I have working with young children and families currently to that group. I work for a large childcare provider called Bright Horizons in Ipswich. We work with children aged 3 months to 5 years when they go to school, and I spend most of my time talking to and working with young families and supporting them. To be a part of the hospice engagement group means to ensure that the services that are currently being provided and are being developed are inclusive of everyone. I think co-production is important to ensure that the needs of everyone are being met, that everyone is being thought of. It's about using your individual influences to create a collective outcome. I think the process started in early 2018 to create the family room. We spent a lot of time in those initial stages talking with the head of facilities and the head of the family counsellor and the head of volunteer experiences and things like that, and talking to different people that use this space to know what was really needed and what worked and what didn't. And during that process we realised that it was going to become really important to talk to those families and talk to those children especially who don't have a voice within those conversations with us, to see what they really needed and to see what the space was actually being used for. So we set out to do some questionnaires and spend a little bit of time in the room with those people and make sure that their voices were heard. Within the survey, what surprised us a little bit was the children asking for a comfy sofa and cushions and an ombre wall effect. It wasn't really something that we were expecting. We were expecting just a list of toys, which is great. We need to know which toys that they wanted, but actually it made it feel like they actually wanted a homely space. The idea is that the family room is to feel like a home from home, where we're away from the wards and we're away from in or outpatient care, that we can just sort of have some time to think, to breathe, to play and be a family. The space I know has been used for family film nights and it has been used to have takeaways, but at the same time it has just been used to spend a little time with those really young ones. In the family room you would expect to see a living room type space with a TV, a sofa, a coffee table, some comfy chairs, books and toys. You will also have a space in the back where there's role play, where there's some larger expressive arts type items and small world play, where children and families can work out together those things that they're seeing, those things that they're doing, and really express themselves and start to understand what's happening and just be a family. And then moving forward, it's been 4 years since we created the space initially, and we're now starting the process again. The families who were using the space then are not the same families that used it now, and we really need to understand what the space needs to be now, in order to make sure it's still used and loved. To be able to support St Elizabeth Hospice, it sounds cheesy, but I actually think it's an honour. Like, the work that I can't be a nurse, and I can't be a doctor, and I can't be one of those volunteers that helps out and does the care side of things. That's not my skill set, but to be able to give a little bit back and to know that it's a space that gets used is an incredible feeling.